Are you looking for the best running watches? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best watches on the market before we get started with our video. We have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Coros Pace 3. Much like the Forerunner, the Choros Pace series is well beloved among runners and a solid choice for folks who want a smartwatch but don't need to track many other activities outside of running. The Pace has kept its design consistent throughout each iteration. Like previous versions of the Pace, which I've tested, the Pace 3 has a customizable watch face in simple format. Its dial button lets you scroll and navigate the screen, similar to the Apple Watch's dial, and it has one other button below it. It's also one of the most affordable running watches available. My favorite aspect of the Pace is the Coros app, which I found to be the most straightforward and helpful dashboard for running training among those I tried. Oftentimes, these fitness apps are a headache to navigate. I don't need a news feed or to read a company blog, I really just want to see my run data. The Coros app is refreshingly easy to use, and there aren't any confusing pages or unnecessary metrics. I often wish I could use it with other running watches. Largely because of the app, I would recommend the Pace 3 or the Apex Pro 2 below to any runner who likes to dig into their data post-run. Runner and former professional soccer player Helle Sidibe, who ran across the country in 2021 and has run every day since 2017, often runs with 2 watches on each arm. As part of an ongoing test, he's unsponsored. When it comes to battery life, Sidibe says the Pace 3 is leagues better than the competition. It's one of those watches where I don't worry about leaving my charger behind because I know it can give me a good amount of days, he says. I'm a person who runs every day, so I use it every single day. I can guarantee myself 2 weeks with no red battery warning coming on, nothing. I could probably go for 3 weeks, I just haven't let it go that long. It charges quickly, too. Sidibe says you can get a quick 10 to 15% boost within 5 minutes of charging. At number 2. Apple Watch Ultra 2. The Apple Watch is about as ubiquitous as the iPhone, and its features are well known. But after testing out different watch screen interfaces for this article, I found that the Apple Watches felt familiar and intuitive, and I assume that's true for other iPhone users or those who have devices in the Apple ecosystem. As someone who never runs with their phone, I find that the Apple Watch Ultra 2 is about as close as you can get to that experience without actually having to lug one around. Unlike the Apple Watch Series 9, the Ultra 2 has an action button on the side that works like a shortcut start button for workouts, which I found handy on the days where I'd roll out of bed and want to get started on a run right away, as opposed to having to sit around and wait for the GPS to connect, like I do with some watches. As a Spotify user, I found it super easy to load my playlists and listen to music while running. One thing you might want to consider is bulk. At 2.15 ounces, it's the heaviest watch on this list. For comparison, the Forerunner 265 weighs 1.65 ounces. But once I get moving, that weight isn't very noticeable. At number 3. Choros Apex Pro 2 GPS Watch. Choros has a reputation for making durable watches with incredible battery life, and the Apex Pro 2 is no exception. The brand lists the Apex Pro 2 as having an estimated battery life of 24 days with daily use. After consulting with friends who have used the Apex, I believe that to be accurate. Though I haven't had the chance to test out the Apex Pro 2 specifically, I tested the Apex and the Apex 2, and there were weeks that went by where I'd only have to charge it once or twice, and even then, I didn't have to charge the full battery. The Pro 2 has a larger screen and a longer battery life compared to the Apex and Apex 2. When Sidibe ran Western States, a 100-mile trail race in California, he wore 4 watches and all of their batteries died during the race except for those of the Apex Pro 2. It had 39% battery left, and I was using it for almost 2 weeks afterward, he says. That long-lasting battery is housed in a surprisingly small and lightweight case. When I spoke with professional runner Des Linden about her favorite gear, she described her Apex Pro 2 as an insanely light way to help her track workout data. At number 4. Garmin Fenix 7 Pro. If you're a triathlete or a runner who also wants to track outdoor activities, or any sport, then the Fenix 7 Pro will be your best bet. It's a premium GPS watch that has mapping capabilities, over 24 different sports modes, a solar charging lens that juices up the battery when you're out in the sun, and a flashlight, which no other model on this list has. It's a watch loaded with features that a trail runner would love, but to put it another way, this is the watch I'd want if I was lost in the woods or anywhere out in the wilderness. While Garmin's Fenix line is intended for serious outdoor athletes, I found its interface approachable and easy to use. There are 4 buttons and a responsive touchscreen that doesn't lag when navigating the menus. And while its features might feel like overkill, especially at $800, it can track any activity imaginable. Professional surfer Nathan Florence takes advantage of all those tracking capabilities. "I've been loving the Garmin for tracking surf sessions, workouts, cycling, everything," he says. And he appreciates the insights it gives him into what his body is doing. "If I'm surfing 30-foot waves at Jaws, I want to see what my heart rate is doing out there," he says. "It goes from resting heart rate to 185 for 30 seconds and then back down. That's a wave, and a fall, and a beatdown. It's just so cool to see." At number 5. Garmin Vivoactive 5. If you prefer a simpler watch that can log your run and help you organize fitness goals, then I would recommend the Vivoactive 5. What struck me immediately about it right out of the box was how discreet it is. Its case is smooth and simple, and besides 2 low-profile buttons on the right side of the watch, the rest of the face is featureless. Often the trade-off with more pared-down watches is you lose out on features like GPS and data tracking. Not the Vivoactive 5, it offers sports modes for running, swimming, cycling, strength training, plus 26 other modes, in addition to the ability to load and store music. What I found most impressive about the Vivoactive was its display, which was brilliant and clear, similar to the Forerunner 265, and was readable during my run.